Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie, part 2. So, first of all, let me just wish all of you a very happy and blessed Easter. Because when this airs, we'll have come home from church and I'll have my ham warming up and my cheesy potatoes in the oven, and we're going to be good to go. So,
Happy
um,
Easter.
yeah, Julie, thank you. Same to you. So, are you making a big dinner for you and the kids and Jim?
Jim is making dinner. He is such an amazing cook. He's smoking a ham, and we're gonna do our cheesy potatoes in the smoker. And
Nice.
yeah, yeah, I love everything he cooks. So
Well, when we were there, that chicken was absolutely amazing.
yeah,
It was so good.
he's such a good cook.
Yeah. Well, we better stop talking about food.
I know. Well, we hope whatever you're doing today that you are enjoying time with family and friends and
Yeah.
um celebrating the holiday. I think we missed Passover last weekend. We
I think we
forgot to say
did.
happy
Holy
Passover.
cow. Our apologies. I hope you had a wonderful Passover. Um, let's see. What else is going on? Well, we are wrapping up actually the annual catalog and the mini catalog because in just a few short little weeks here, we're going to be able to open the catalog, the new 2025-2026 annual catalog.
Woohoo!
And we're pretty excited about it. We really are. So just make sure you pay attention to those last chance lists and get anything you may need in terms of cardstock and inks and whatever and stamp sets. So I'm thrilled that Julie's stamp set carried over. So yay.
Yay!
I've had several people tell me that they just love that stamp set and that's their go-to stamp set. So
Mine too.
I thought you'd like to hear that. Okay.
Mm.
I am gonna flip. I just feel like I'm all over the place. I'm gonna flip to my desktop and we're going to kind of get started here. All right. So we are in the mini catalog. We're finishing it up, and we have chosen this week to use Natural Botanicals. And it can be found on page, I want to say 55, 56. Was I
Ooh, you're
close?
good.
56, 57. Let me get this piece of strawberry slush out of the way. So here's the stamp set. There's some beautiful samples here. I was actually inspired by this one, and I kind of sort of cased my project based on that. But what's interesting about this stamp set is that it is a reversible stamp set. And I don't know, we've had others in the past. So I don't know if any of you have ever used a reversible stamp set. If so, leave me a comment and let me know what the name of the set was and what you thought of it. Um, but I'm going to explain real quick. Okay, I'm going to close this and get this out of the way. I want to explain something, the difference between a reversible stamp set and one that is not reversible. So first, I want to just point out that you'll see that this is a set of 6 stamp set, but it looks like there's 12. There aren't. There are 6 that are, all of them are reversible. And this is shown at, if I can read this little tiny font down here, 60% of its actual size. So the best way to find out what the actual size is to open the stamp case and you'll see the size of the images. So they're quite a bit larger, actually. 40%
Yeah,
more bigger.
if you have
More bigger?
the printed catalog shows the actual size. So you just had that open and you can see the actual size
Yes.
in there. But yes, they are quite a bit larger than than the cover. This stamp set especially.
Yes, it is. So here's the difference between a reversible stamp, and I hope we can show this on camera. So if you look at this from this side, the back of the stamp or the stamped image, it comes right up to the edge so that if you look at it there's no beveling. A lot of the stamps are kind of beveled, if that makes sense. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, so I can see it. I wonder if the process to make those is any different.
That's a good question. It's the same material, it's just how they cut it, maybe.
Well,
I'm
the
not
full
sure.
polymer stamps are made with a liquid polymer,
Yes.
and like the liquid polymer is spread out across this surface over like a stencil essentially, and then light is shined up through the polymer and this through the stencil, and so it hardens the polymer.
Yes.
And then they tilt it, and all the leftover liquid polymer then um, is reclaimed, and they like mix it with new stuff and they reuse it.
Okay.
So I don't know how that is different to get a full like that full thickness instead of the beveled edge. Maybe it's just a difference in the like the stencil.
Maybe. Maybe. But what I want to show you is kind of how this works if you've never used one. So I'm going to mount this the smooth side up on my stamp set. And I have a piece of basic white. And I actually did a sample. So I'll show you the sample when I'm done with this. But um, so I'm going to let me just see here what I did. Oh, you know what I need? I need a piece of grid paper and a piece of foam because I have found that, especially with these, that you need to have provide that cushion.
Mm.
And here I thought I was all ready. Okay, here's my stamping
Oh.
foam and my piece of grid paper. I got to move things around a bit to get in camera. Okay. All right. So I'm using shaded spruce and I'm going to stamp off. So let me ink this up and get it good and inked. I just refilled this, as a matter of fact. I don't have this on here very well. Oh, I'm going to make a mess. I'm not going to do it. Okay. So I'm going to stamp it off. And then I'm going to stamp it like right about there. Well, that didn't work. Good thing
Oh.
there's two sides to the paper. I wonder why that didn't work because I had it on the foam. All right. We're going to stamp off. Well, it's going to do it again. Isn't that
Mm.
weird? Well, this is just a sample to show you what I'm doing. Then I'll show you the other card I made with it. All right. Not too bad. So now I'm going to take my um, chamois and clean this ink because you don't want you'll get ink all over your hands. So if you don't clean it first, then I will flip it over. And this time full strength. I'm going to just go ahead and stamp it again.
Ooh, I love that.
So let me show you what I did on the card here. So there's the card.
Oh, I like it.
Basically a monochromatic texture with or the color with the shaded spruce. So I
Mm-hmm.
stamped some of the smaller leaves on the background of it and then stamped these two like I just showed you. Stamped hello from garden something. Garden Meadow is where this hello came from. Tied some of our shaded spruce ribbon and some shaded spruce sequins on there, and there's that card. All right. my next sample that I did, because I love daisies and I love Gerber daisies. So that's what these reminded me of. I don't know if they are actually Gerber daisies, but I stamped them in a Memento ink and then used blends just to fill in some bright colors on the flowers and took the great big happy birthday stamp and then just completed the border of flowers with some basic rhinestones.
Nice. I like all the colors.
Yeah, I just wanted something with, I did a monochromatic one and I wanted to do something with some more colors. So those are my two samples. All right. Now let's get down to business here. Let me bring in my materials. So I have a piece of Melon Mambo ink paper, cardstock, 4 1/4 by 10 1/4, scored at 4 3/4. So it's basically it, another easy way to do it is to do the 4 1/4 by 11 and then just cut 3/4 of an inch off. After you score it at 4 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
So that is, I thought I did a bone folder on this, maybe not. All right. Then I have two pieces of basic white. Oh my goodness, my fingers aren't working tonight. 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. And I have two pieces. One's going to be on the front and the other one will be on the inside. I have a piece of 1/2 inch. You basically need a little over 2 inches. I just usually have a bigger strip here to stamp my greeting on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now I'm going to bring out my foam pad again. And I am going to take a piece of, where is I'll use this. I thought I had a scrap here, but apparently not. So we'll use this. So we're going to do some stamping right now. And I want my Melon Mambo ink. And I'm also using Garden Green and Granny Apple Green. So those are my three ink colors. But for now, I want to work on my focal point. So there it is. I'm going to bring this guy out. Come out a little bit later. And I am going to end up fussy cutting this, which actually I already have done. So I'm going to ink up my cone flower. And I think this is a cone flower. And I'm
Looks like it.
stamping. Yeah, I'm stamping off actually. Oh, shoot. I have to reverse it. Excuse me while I clean the stamp and flip it. All right. So that's cleaned. Oh, I have a hair on here. That will show. All right, so let me get my shiny side up, my um, uh, the shiny side. Smooth. All right, and I'm going to stamp off twice. Well, it has a green line here. I wonder where that came from. Huh. Oh, I know where it came from. It came from this ink. It transferred. All
Oh.
right, let's do this again. Stamp off once and twice and on my paper. We'll clean it. We'll flip it. I actually want to get some of that ink off the edge here. And we're going to ink it up again. But this time, I'm going to take a blender pen And I'm going to remove the pink from the stem.
That's a smart tip.
I decided that coneflowers don't have pink tips,
Yeah.
pink stems.
No.
At least the coneflowers I know about. But I'm no gardening person, so. All right. So once I have that, I'm going to take my garden green. I'm going to close this up for now, Julie, so I don't get melon mambo at me. Aren't you proud?
Yes.
All right. And then I'm going to take the blender pen again. And I'm going to just kind of pick up some ink from the garden green ink pad and color the stem green.
Well, that's a nice tip. I like that idea.
I could use a marker, but this is here. Okay. Oh, I'll finish cleaning that later. Puff on it and stamp over this. So in addition to getting a shadow effect, like I showed you on the first card, you can get a two-step approach. Like so.
Ooh.
So I went ahead and did it earlier and cut it out already. So that's all ready to go for our project. And then the last thing we need to do is our greeting. Which I have one done. But if I can't find it, I'll just stamp another one. All right. So I'm going to stamp our greeting, which is happy birthday, from the same stamp set, the garden meadow.
I don't want to tell you, but that one's retired.
Is it
That's
gone?
that's the one with the wheelbarrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while. Like it retired months ago.
Uh, oh,
Oh, that's
sorry
okay.
about that, folks.
I'm sure everyone has
I was
lots of
going to
different
say, I'm
greetings that they
sure.
can pull.
Yep. All right. Well,
And if not, then we can sell you one.
absolutely. Oh my gosh. Now I'm embarrassed.
Oh, you're just pulling a Shelly.
Yeah. I guess I'm in good company, huh?
Yep.
All right. All right. So I'm done with the Melon Mambo ink and apparently the stamp set as well. And I'm just going to kind of cut this down. And now I'm going to work on my card front. And it doesn't matter because they're the same size. All right. So what I'm going to do is I've got this smaller and I have the shiny side up because that's the side I want. And I've got this bigger leaf and that one is not the shiny side up or the smooth side. Actually, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Okay. So I'm going to start with Granny Apple Green.
This collage, every time I see it in the catalog, reminds me of some artwork that you made for the bathroom upstairs.
Yes. I was looking at it the other day thinking, I need to change that. It's time to.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this kind of up in the corner. And actually, I think I wanted to stamp off of it because it's too dark. So let me do that. All right, so I kind of want this up in this general direction. And I'm done with that one. And done with the Granny Apple Green ink. Now I'm going to take my Garden Green. I almost brought out Shaded Spruce. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, again, this is not the smooth side, it's the stamp image, I guess. And I'm going to stamp full strength over here, like so. And then I'm leaving it this way. And I'm doing that.
Ooh, nice. I like that effect.
It's unfortunately, it didn't stamp there, but that's okay because guess what? That's where this bad boy goes. That almost looks brown instead of green.
I think next to the other things that are green. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to be on our front. And I want to do just a couple little leaves on the inside. So let me make sure this is clean because I do want to flip this one over now. As long as I'm still in camera range.
Yep, you're good.
I'm just going to kind of do the same thing here. I'm going to kind of do this and then just kind of come back in here like so in the corner.
I like that.
All right, I'm going to get some of these things out of our way. Done with this. Grab some seal. Stuff is falling out all over the place. So what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to go ahead and glue my right here, my happy birthday in this corner. And that'll help me judge how far up to put the inside piece.
Mm.
I did. I did, I did, I did. I have just been burning through dimensionals lately.
I always do. And then and then I find that I have run out. Like I did that once with white cardstock too. Like I just was using so much of it and all of a sudden I had none.
Oh, that's not good. Put this down here. I just don't want to transfer ink from my fingers. Snail refills, another thing. I just like refilled 4 of these little things.
Mm.
And I went to my shelf to, get some more down. And I was like, oh, I have 1 or 2 left there. That's it. All right. So I'm going to put this in on the inside here. Plenty of room to write your note. This is going to go up here like so. Excuse me. Yeah. I think that looks pretty straight. And of course, this is going to get some dimensionals on it. Now, because this there's no dimensional that will fit on that. So I'll take a little bit of liquid glue and just kind of hold it down in place. So, oh, that's probably too much, but it dries clear and I'm putting a bow on.
Yeah.
The things we can fix.
Sparkles and ribbon.
That's right. So what I did is I took some of our white twine and did a little double bow. Down here, I think. But wait, we're not done yet. So I then brought out, and please don't tell me these are already gone as well, adhesive back shiny gems.
No comment.
I'm sorry, no comment.
Uh,
Are they gone?
they've been gone for a while.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
done
I
with
need
those.
to come and help you go through all your
I
stuff.
wish you would. Let me find them. Oh, yeah, I do need to do that.
Those are part of the Zinnia suite, and so a lot of that Zinnia suite retired in
All right.
December.
So I have these sequins. Are these still with us?
I think they're retiring, but I think they're still available right now.
Okay, good. I'm going to use them.
Yay!
Oh, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You can use whatever you want. Like,
Well, I know that, but I still feel bad if I show something and someone says, "Oh, I want those," and then they're gone.
yeah.
I just don't want that to
That
happen.
that is the struggle. Whenever I stray and do show something that's older, inevitably, that's when someone says, I want everything you use.
Yeah, yeah,
um,
exactly. Okay, so here it is.
Yay! It's so pretty.
Yep,
I like that inside. I like how it's just a little bit different, like the fold with a cutoff bottom.
that was my goal, was to have something just a little bit different since I'm not doing, a fancy fun fold of any kind. So I'm going to flip my camera as I bring stuff back over to my messy desk area. All right, let's see here. I want this one. This one, this one. All right. Oops, wrong way. Here it is. One last look of our melon mambo coneflower with the leaves with the natural botanicals. These are carrying over as well. That I know for sure
Yes.
because
Well,
I saw them in the new catalog.
I was happy to get it during celebration. It was one of the extra stamp sets that they added on. So you might have it too at home if you got it free during celebration. And this is just one of the reversible stamps. I think I gotta play some more with those. I sort of forget
Yeah.
about that line.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it'd be interesting. And if you've never used them, I thought I'd just give you a little few tips for using them. So anyway, I hope you like my project. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. And don't forget to sign up for our channels, both of ours, so that you never miss an episode of Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. And if you started with me and have to go back and watch Julie, there'll be a link at the end here to go back and watch hers. Or if you want to go back and see it again, because you'll want to. And yeah, I just found my happy birthday stamp.
Oh, you save it for next time. Well,
No, it's
before
gone. Sam says gone. I gotta
before we
pull it.
say goodbye, I just want to wish you a very belated happy anniversary. Yesterday was your wedding anniversary,
Yeah,
51 years this
51
year.
years. I was, as a matter of fact, we went out to dinner last night at an Italian restaurant here in town called Gregorio's. It's actually across from the hospital. We haven't been there since before COVID.
That's a
And
while
very,
then.
yeah, it has been. And while we were in Champaign, the owner, Gregorio's wife, posted something on Facebook. How she needed the community's help because they were dying.
Oh,
They weren't maybe 4 tables a night, and it was dire. And she was asking and begging for the community. And she said, this community wrapped its arms around us and just came out in droves.
oh,
And there was waiting lines outside for a table. They don't have a lot of tables in there. So anyway, she was asking if I knew about that. And I said, yes, that we were actually out of town when she posted that. But interestingly enough, it's her and her husband's wedding anniversary today as well.
oh.
And one of the girls that we ring handbells with, she and her husband celebrate their anniversary today. So
Nice.
lots of people
Oh,
celebrating. It
yes.
was, yeah. And actually, Julie, you probably met Corinne and Jack at our party last year. Um,
Oh, I kind of do remember. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So interesting. Yeah, it was, there's a lot of anniversaries. I think there's another couple at church too. I think Jeff and Denise Evans also celebrate their anniversary on the same day.
April is a popular month.
And the day we got married, it rained, it snowed, it sleeted. It was
It
did
did the same for us in October.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's
crazy.
lucky. It must be lucky to have all the weather on your wedding
Right?
day.
Okay. Well, we can keep telling ourselves that, Julie. But we had such a fun time last year. And the other day when I said, your dad, our anniversary's tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, what do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. What do you want to do? He's like, I don't know. You want to go out and eat? I said, I don't know. So we settled on
Oh,
Gregorio. So we had a nice time. Lots of food. We have leftovers for dinner tomorrow.
there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, listen, our time has run out, I'm afraid. And as much as we like chatting together, oh, I'm just all inked up here. And I gotta go check on that ham and those cheesy potatoes anyway. Um, all right. So, Jules, I hope you have a great week. I know it's warming up there. The trees are
Yes.
starting to bud. Our magnolia tree in the front is gorgeous. It's really great. Our
Yes.
daffodils are up. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Spring is springing.
Thank goodness.
Yes.
You know what? You know what told me that as well? Do you know what? I was out there yesterday riding up and down the streets? The ice cream truck.
Oh my gosh.
I heard the music and I was like, no, already? I looked out the window and there he was tootling on by with chiming his
Oh,
little song. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and thank you for watching us. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we appreciate all of you as well. So, any last words, Jay?
No, have a great week. Thanks for watching.
Until next Sunday, Stamping with Susan and Julie. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Bye, Julie. Love you too.